The married couple from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, had stopped off in Australia on their way home from Fiji and Tuvalu, where they had been serving in the Peace Corps for 3 years. Eileen, 28, was an experienced scuba diver, and had encouraged Tom, 34, to take up the hobby as well. They were excited to dive the world's largest coral reef system. Outer Edge had 26 passengers on board that day, and the boat's skipper, Jeffrey Nairn, took them 60 kilometers off the coast for their adventure in the Coral Sea. After 3 dives at St. Crispin Reef, the boat's crew conducted a head count of passengers on board the vessel, before heading back to the mainland. 2 days later, on January 27th, a bag containing the passports and belongings of Tom and Eileen was found on the dive boat. It can only be surmised that the young couple would have resurfaced from their final 3 p.m. dive, after being underwater for less than an hour, to find the boat that had brought them there was gone. 48 hours after the couple went missing, a wide-scale air and sea search was quickly organized, with everyone from Navy to civilians taking part. But the couple, who would have been faced with the Queensland summer heat, no fresh water, and the depths and dangers of the open ocean, were never found. The passports of Eileen and Tom were found on the dive boat 2 days after they were left behind. We know they at least survived 1 day. Several months after their disappearance, a fisherman found a dive slate 160 kilometers away, which read, Monday, John 26, 1998, 08 a.m. To anyone who can help us, we have been abandoned on Agincourt Reef by MV Outer Edge 25, Jan 98, 3 p.m. Please help us, come to rescue us before we die. Help. In February, a month after they were abandoned, a wetsuit in Eileen's size washed up on the northern Queensland shore. It had tears on the bottom and armpit, which experts said would have been caused by coral. The Guardian reported a few years later that scientists had worked out from the barnacle growth on the zip that it had been lost on January 26th. Over the next few weeks, the couple's dive jackets, their tanks, and one of Eileen's fins also washed up. None of them showed damage that suggested their lives had come to a violent end. Conspiracy theories ranging from the Lonergans faking their own deaths, to murder-suicide, to a suicide pact, were discussed in the weeks and months following the tragedy. Both Tom and Eileen had kept personal journals, which were discovered among their belongings in their hostel, the contents of which were disturbing.